What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we started this journey to talk about DJ related content, such as tips and tricks, our experiences, our knowledge, and just share it with you guys. So whether you are a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this intro.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. And just to let you guys know, this is going to be the last one for this year. Next week, since
Yeah.
it's Christmas
All right.
week, we're just going to take it off. We're going to enjoy it with our families. And then we'll resume the following week, January, whatever that is. I don't know what the date, but so just to let you know, we're taking next week as a break, and we'll resume next year. Now, I do have another PowerPoint. We're going to talk about 10 keys to build trust. Now, some of this could be already, or we have already touched based on the previous video, but based on the keys, that these keys help you to build a trust with a to take friction out of a buyer or a client. So it goes hand in hand, but we broke it down in two parts. So that's just what um what we got here right now. And also just to remind you guys, we did say that last week we was going to put Smiley's video here. So once he pops in here, or if he pops here, we'll take a break from the PowerPoint and our us speaking, and then we're gonna look into Smiley's video. So, Shay, you got anything to say while I pull up the video? I'm not video, that PowerPoint.
No, that sounds good, man. I think this is such a big part of what we do, especially in weddings. Like, as mobile DJs, when you're doing weddings, it's all about like the trust that you build up with the client beforehand. Like we said before, I mean, that's to me, that's like 80% of what we do. If you win the trust ahead of time and they already have a good impression of you before you even walk in, it's like, whether or not you're an amazing DJ or you're good at mixing or whatever, they're still going to say they had a great night and that they would recommend you to everybody just because of how you were in that process beforehand.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started with this one. And like I said, 10 keys to build trust with buyers. So our agenda, we're going to talk about this stuff right here. Yeah, you might want to put it. Yeah, okay. So we're going to talk about professionalism from the first contact, which is huge. It's very important. We're going to talk about clear communication, provide testimonials and references, creating a solid and transparent contract, constantly deliver on promises, adaptability and flexibility, demonstrate expertise. So a couple of these ones are already, we touch base a little bit on the how to the friction one, but we're gonna probably elaborate a little more on those. Offer added value, stay honest and transparent about limitations, maintain a strong follow-up process. So again, all of this is just keys to help you land this this events. And from last week, remember when I mentioned about the maintaining the follow-up process thing, and I said that I was gonna work on it. I follow up with this guy, and I got the
Nice.
gig. And I got the gig.
Oh, you
So
got the gig?
yeah. So
I was
it
gonna
was
say that
good.
it didn't make a difference.
No, it did make a difference. I
Oh
follow up.
man.
So yeah.
Wait, so how did like you got the inquiry, or was it an old one that you needed to follow up on from before?
No. So what happened was that this guy, I coach a soccer team, girls soccer team,
Uh-huh.
and this guy has two daughters. They both play for my team, and he wanted me to DJ for his first daughter, but I already had a gig for that day, so I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I want to say a month ago or 2 months ago, he reached out and he was like, "Hey, I want you to DJ for my second daughter, 15." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down." But after that, we didn't touch base, we didn't talk or anything. I didn't follow up either. So like I want to say like 3 weeks ago, he was like, "Hey, can you send me like your stuff, like your work and all of that?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I was like, "Yeah, go here and then you can get everything that you need to see. If you have any questions, let me know." I didn't follow up. No,
Mm.
leave it like that. Then last week I talked about following up, so I was like, you know what? Let me lead by example. So I was like, hey, just following up, what's going on? He was like, oh my god, yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry. It totally went like out of my head, out of my head. Let me go ahead and like book you right now. Boom.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
following up works, guys. Works.
Dude, that's
So
dope.
and lead by example. I'm telling you to do something. I did it. It worked. I got a gig. So
Yeah, that's good,
uh,
man. Doesn't always work, but that it worked on that time. So
yeah, but like
it's a sign.
remember, like we said before, if at the beginning you didn't had anything, if you don't follow up, what you if you follow up, what you
Yeah,
got to lose?
there's
Nothing.
there's nothing to lose.
There's nothing to lose and a lot to gain. So
Yep.
following up, I'm not we're not saying to be so like every single day follow up. Hey, what do you like that's too much, but 3 times, periodically 3 times should be good enough, and then to get a hint of like are they still wanting to talk to you or not, so it's
Let me ask
that's
you this
one.
before, because since we're talking about it, but I've been having a few event planners reach out to me, like like professional event planners that do a lot of events, and
Hmm.
and do you think we should follow up differently with event planners, or should it be like the same amount of frequency and time if an event planner reaches out to us to inquire?
Well, personally, when I the only 2 event planners that or three, actually 3 event plans that I have talked to, I have to reach out like a lot to them because
Yeah,
they got so many things going on. If you don't,
yeah, they're
if you're not
busy.
on their business, they'll probably forget. So yeah, you do have to be like not pushy, but you do have to be like present on their on their stuff, on their messages. Text them every 2 times a week if possible, 3 if you
Yeah,
want to do it, but it's essentially it is important to stay on their on their eyes. You
yeah,
always want to
on their mind, because they have so many other people they can choose from.
exactly, yeah. So and
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, 'cause I had
somewhat
a feeling like, like this, these guys, because they're it's a little different than a client, right? Because a client is just looking for they have one event, they're looking for someone for that event.
yeah.
Event planners are probably looking at like whatever, doing like 10, 15 events at a time. Maybe they have different times for them, but they're
Yeah.
managing a bunch of events at one time.
Yeah, and so they also gotta, you have to let them know that you're willing to do anything that she get her to get not experience, but to get their trust. Because
Yeah,
once they see what you can do, then you become
yeah,
part of your powerful package in a quote unquote. Because there's some wedding planners that offer everything. Like you give me $20,000 and we give you the venue, we give you the DJ, we give you everything. So if
right.
you prove to this event planner or wedding coordinator, in this case event planner, if you prove that you can handle, what you're doing and all of that, that you could be one of her point of
One of the
contact.
go-to
For,
preferred
yeah,
vendors.
yes, one of her preferred vendors. And that's what's happened to me. I had a lot of events from this 3 event planners that they seen what I do, and then they liked it, and it just works for them. So it's
Yeah,
just following up is huge, point
yeah,
blank. So, all right. So let's go ahead and go to the first one, which is professionalism from the first contact. So, with that being said, clients form are an impression of you right from your first interaction. Your professionalism sets the tone for the entire relationship. So, however you perpetrate yourself to your clients, that's how they gonna come back to you. And if you show yourself as a very professional person, they will they will gain that, you will build that trust with them, and then you're gonna get that responsibility from them too. That relationship is gonna be a better, and it's gonna be stronger because you provide and you show that a professionalism that everybody wants to know and wants to get. Why? Because there's a lot of money involved in this. So if you're not professional, if you just, what I'm saying, if you have a meeting with your first impression meeting, right? Your first client, and then like, yo, yeah, can we meet up for 15, 20 minutes? And then you're like this. You're like, yeah, so what's up? Like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, yeah. Like how is that? Like, that's one, that's not professional. Two,
Yeah.
you don't look trustworthy. I'm not getting that vibe from you that I can trust you with, one, my event, and two, my money. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And
uh,
even as small things, right? When you're making the meeting, that you're on time. You don't push the meeting back or reschedule
yeah,
it last second or something. I
yes,
think
yes,
I think that also goes a long way for the professionalism part.
yeah. So for actionable, so the tips, you can respond to inquiries quickly and respectfully. Use proper email etiquette, clear, concise, and no casual slang. So that's another thing. You know how right now we're talking and you hear me also, throwing like speaking regular English. When I speak to clients, I do not speak this way. I have to like filter myself to talk because again, this comes like first nature. This is the way I talk every day with my friends, my family. This is my way of talking. I come from a trailer park, so I got
Come
this
from the
energy.
hood.
Yeah. So, but when I had to speak to a client, I know that I have to be more professional, and my English has to be different, and
Yeah.
that changes.
I
So
think one of the tips I read or I saw from like Jason Janai or Joe Bunner, one of those guys, that have been doing it for a while. They said what you should do is like kind of match their tone. So some people, right, in the email they'll be like, "Hey DJ Pretty Boy," and they'll put like exclamation and like we'd love to have you as our DJ, blah, blah, like, and their tone is more friendly and exclamations. Some people start off really friendly. Hello, La Roca's Entertainment. I am seeking a D, like, so whatever, if what their tone is, you can match their tone, then that goes well too, because then they're kind of like, okay, this guy is kind of similar to what we are and what we're looking for. So I've seen that too, is like, if you're trying to think about how I should be responding to clients, kind of see what tone they're taking, and then you can take a similar tone as well.
yeah, so I see what you're saying. The only thing that I would say, or I differ from that, is if they talk to you in like a friendly manner on an email, I feel like you should still be professional, like not friendly professional, but professional. And then once you get them on on a video chat or in a meeting, then you can match their tone. Because
Yeah.
on a inquiry, is they're just trying to get you to talk to them. So you still quote unquote a business, was still a service.
Yeah, I think that what it is like, yeah, like, okay, let's say someone emails you like just a sentence. They don't do like hello blah blah blah, and then they don't sign it with anything. Like,
Yeah,
you should still sign, put it all properly, like, thank you for reaching out to me, blah 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 blah, and right, sincerely or whatever, thank you for reaching out. Keep
correct.
it professional like that. But
Yeah.
like sometimes people use like exclamation points or something. But like if you're trying to be really professional, you don't put like exclamation points in like a really professional email. So like basically, if somebody's like typing to me with like exclamation points in their email, then I'll also put, oh hey, like, I'd love to be your DJ. Kind of, I'll talk more like that rather than like just saying yes, we are available. We can meet at this time. Rather than keeping it like super professional. I'll throw more stuff in there that's a little bit more like, oh, sounds like you're having a great. Sounds like you're planning a fun event! Exclamation point, like that kind of stuff.
Sounds like you don't want to sound like a computerized, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
want to
exactly.
sound
I don't
just
want
like
it to
the
sound
person
totally.
that. that reach
But
you
then
guys.
sometimes some people will email you like computerized type. Then I'll respond more like that, like more really professional. Like, yes, we are available. Like, we can provide services you're looking for, kind of a thing.
So for me on my first email that I send back once I get an inquiry, it's always going to be, well, obviously if I'm available. Yes, where we are available for that day, and here are the packages. Would take a look, and we would love to meet with you guys for about 30 minutes just to get to know each other and
Yeah,
see if I am the right fit for you. That's what I say on my email.
yeah, that's
Whether it doesn't matter how they wrote it to me or how they reached out, that's the way I send it, because my goal is to get them on a video call, because that way I can see and feel and read them.
yeah,
So it's that's my thing. So I send my packages, and I straight up tell them, if you have any questions, let me know, and would you be interested, or could we have a 30-minute meeting? But I do say, because this is for them, and I do say, because I want to know if I am the right DJ for you.
yeah. That's a good way
So,
to put it.
yeah, so that basically, I'm throwing the ball at them, saying, I don't want the money just because I want the money. I want to make sure that I can deliver what you are expecting,
And then you're
so
also you're also evaluating them too.
exactly, I get to evaluate them at the same time, because I get to feel their vibe and all of that. So,
Yeah,
and if like you said, you had we're not gonna say specifics, but you had the client that it was an ass, very like nitpicky on everything. Like, I don't know if that's something that
yeah.
that you
Then you
wanna go through after
yeah.
having a meeting with them. So,
Then you decide, like, all right, well, then you're like, all right, I don't want to. I'm not going to follow up with them, right?
yeah.
That's one way you could tell. And then
Mhm.
two, if they want to book me, then I might have to come up with something for why I don't want to take the booking.
Yeah, or just be like, hey, you know what? I just got an offer for another. Now, if
Yeah,
you're willing to
exactly.
pay
Sorry,
a
I just
little
I just
more,
got a deposit for
yeah.
that date.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah. All right. So that's it. Present a Polish online presence and a website, social media, etc. We also know that we need to have our events, or as much as we can, to show people, because our social media is our resume. So that is the best way that we can show people what we do, how we do it, so they can see if they like it or not, and then go from there. And then, as a result, this builds credibility and signals that you are reliable. And getting this signal that you are reliable, that I can trust you, it's huge, because that's an easier step to say, okay, I want him as my DJ. All right, so we'll go to the next one, which is clear communication. Now, why is that important? Because misunderstandings can easily lead to dissatisfaction. Clear communication ensures expectations are aligned. If we keep it clear, they know what they are to expect, and we know what we need to provide, and we know what we going to what we are expected to
yeah,
do. So, and that keeps everyone in the same page, and that's what we want to do before the event, before the day of the event. You should already have a final consultation with them, making sure that everybody's on the same page, same timeline, everybody's looking at the same thing, and then you guys are in sync in just one thing. That's huge.
yeah,
So, like, tips about to do that: ask for detailed event requirements, such as theme, venue size, guest demographics, or any questions that you can ask your clients, so you have a clear understanding of what and how to prepare for this event. You want to confirm all terms, dates, time slots, which means timeline, payments, and all of that. I know there's a lot of DJs, including myself, that have had issues with payments, and there's DJs that take money months before, the full payment a month before. There's DJs that take money 2 weeks, the full payment 2 weeks before. There's DJs that don't really care, and they just go and get the get paid the day off or the next day. So make sure that it's put clearly and they have a clear understanding that when you want to get paid. So that's huge. And then also set up a follow-up meeting or calls as needed to discuss the event progress. Don't don't just assume because you have a lot of experience that one meeting is enough. It's not, at least for me. I mean, I have a lot to learn still, but to me, I love to have at least 3 meetings with my clients, being weddings or quinces or sweet 16s or whatever. I have 3 meetings. The first meeting, which is us getting to know each other. The second meeting is talking about the whole timeline and the music and all of that. And the last one is to wrap up everything, make sure that we all on the same page. How do you do it? How many meetings do you have with your clients? So how do you work that?
Yeah, so obviously the first one where before they book me, and then usually what I tell them is I'll reach, if I don't hear back from them, I'll reach out to them like a month before and be like, around the 2 week mark, right, is when the payment is due. This is for a wedding we're
Uh-huh.
talking. The payment is due, and then I'll say, and let me know if you guys have a good time, to meet to discuss, the plans and the timeline and everything like that. And then when before that, like, so basically those are the only 2 meetings that are like, I guess, like mandatory. And then if they want, I always tell them, like, just reach out. Obviously they reach out to me anytime, and then if you want to book a meeting with me anytime, just let me know. And I also, that app, or that website called Calendly. It's like how you can like book meetings with people. Like it's like this app basically where your schedule is on there and people can book meetings anytime they want. So I have that in my like email signature too, basically saying that, if anytime you want to book a meeting, you can reach out to me, or you can, book a time on this website, if they want to do something else in advance.
Is
So,
that is
but
that a free website? I didn't know about that one.
yeah, it's like people use it more in like business and stuff, like,
No.
more like. But I was like, because I had a lot of those things where people are like, okay, I'm free on this day, this day, this day, this time, and then I'm like, oh, what times work for you, and then back and forth like that. So this
Uh-huh.
this website is nice because it just basically has your schedule on it, and then people can just book a time, and then just type in their name, rather than like
Okay.
doing the whole like, how about, is it 5? Okay, no, I can't do 5 on Thursday. How about 5 on Friday or whatever? So I just have that. So if people want to book a meeting anytime, they can just do the meeting, or obviously they can call me anytime too, but that's just, some people, do it differently. So
Okay. Well,
I,
I
I
use
do this.
Google. I use Google Meets. So yeah.
Yeah, but Google Meets, can they? I
No,
think
they
that's for
can't do
like,
that.
yeah,
They
you
can't do
can't do
that.
like the
That's
scheduling.
cool. Then. That's cool.
No, that thing is just for like scheduling. It's not letting you call them, or you use whatever you want to actually do the meeting. But that's just more for like scheduling the meeting, rather than doing the whole
Oh,
like,
so
oh,
they
Thursday
go to
5.
the website that is linked to your account or whatever, and then they choose the day and the time, and then you just get a message saying, okay, you just got this meeting,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you have to send the invite, or how does that work? What do
Yeah,
you
so
mean?
then once you get it, you can, if you use Zoom or whatever, you can put that in your account, like, they get a Zoom link automatically or something,
Okay.
whatever you use, or you can do like phone call. They can pick phone call if they want to. But yeah, let me just let me just share the screen. So it's
Okay.
more like, I've had people use it a few times, but it's just mainly to avoid the whole thing, like, going back and forth. So look, like, you click on that link in my signature, and then this comes up. So it's saying that, these are the days that are available. Go see, for Christmas, I'm like not available. So
Okay.
people, you can click. Let's say someone wants to meet with me on Monday, then they can pick any of these times.
Oh, so the ones in blue are the ones
Yeah,
that are available.
yeah. This is what's available.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then like, like Christmas, no one can just like book a time on Christmas or something like last minute.
Got you. Okay. Oh,
So
I'll put
that's
some look
that's what
into
I
that.
do. But oops, hold on, let's put this back. But yeah, but in terms of like mandatory meetings, it's just that final planning meeting, and then, sometimes if people want to meet with me as many times as they want, they can before that. But I will, if sometimes, people just disappear, so I'll at least try to get them back for that last one meeting. around 2 weeks before the event.
Okay, so you have pretty much a mandatory 2 meetings, just like me,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you have
yeah,
the one extra one, I guess, but and then then if they want to meet more than that, they can, but I just keep it
yeah.
like that.
I'm always open. I tell them anytime you guys want to meet again, feel free to let me know. When just text me the day and the time, and then we'll go from there. But now that you said this, what's it called?
Yeah,
Calendar. Okay,
Calendly. Let me put
I'll
it in.
probably look into that and see because it looks pretty cool. It looks
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's just I was like I would go like at least there'd be like 3 emails being like, oh, these are the dates that work for me, and then they're like, I can do this at this time, but I can't do this day. Does that day work for you? Then I'm just like, just send them this link, just sign up for a time whenever it works for you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look into that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I like that. I like the fact that they just go over there, choose whatever time they want, the day they want, and then boom.
yeah, yeah. And then on your end, it connects to your Google Calendar if you use Google Calendar. So like, let's say you have a gig. I put all my stuff in Google Calendar. So if I have a gig or like if I have some event or I'm doing something, you just have to make sure you have it in your calendar because then it'll block out that time in your Calendly calendar too.
Oh, okay. Well, I do use the Google Calendar as well, but my main calendar is Peewee. He's the one
Oh
that like every time I handle all the bookings, all the talking. I do everything, right?
yeah.
But when we have a gig booked, I always like text him like, "Yo, we have this day and this day booked," and then he puts it on the calendar because I'll be
Mm.
forgetting sometimes. So like, I just haven't do that
Dang. All right, then maybe Pee Wee needs to get the Calendly then.
probably. All right. Well, with clear communication, following the tips that we just provided, it basically establishes a trust by ensuring that you are on the same page and committed to the delivering of the process of the event. So this is another one that's important. The next one that's very important is provide testimonial and references. This one I will say is one of like the biggest ones. The more testimonials, the more good reviews you have and references that you can provide to your clients, the best and the easier you're gonna make the choice for you.
Yeah, I look at the same thing.
Yeah. So why is it important? Again, because word of mouth is a powerful tool in the event industry. So past clients can offer the best proof of you or your reliability. Now, also to take action about this, ask for reviews from past clients and showcase them on your website, social media, Google, all of the stuff. Have references ready for potential clients to contact if needed. Have you ever had a client asking you to if they can call someone?
No,
No.
I wouldn't give them anyone's phone number. But have you?
I have, yeah,
Oh,
but I had this event, this, what's it called, this client that was a company, for a company event,
oh,
and they wanted me to give them a phone, so they can call another company event that I've done.
hmm.
And I was like,
What'd you
okay.
say?
And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I went to Google and I literally went to like the website of the company that I work for, and I was like, here's the phone number, you can call them. So I used the number that's there,
But
and
did they end up calling? Do you know?
I don't know if they call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know. I
weird.
think
That's
they were
interesting.
expecting like in a specific person, but I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna give
Yeah,
you
yeah.
somebody's phone number just like that. If
So
it's
did they
not on
did
the
they
web,
book you though?
huh?
Did they book you?
No, they didn't go with me.
Mm.
But they
Mm.
asked they asked me for that. But when they asked me for that, I was like, I don't know if I want to work with them. So I didn't
Yeah,
really
that's so
really
weird.
care about it.
I mean,
Like
was it like a really big event or like were they like giving a big contract or something?
no,
Like what?
it was a company party.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. They're
Yeah,
doing too much, dude. That's doing too much.
yeah.
Like,
So
okay, maybe if
that
it's
happened to
like
me.
some like big conference, like they're getting like tens of thousands of people and coming or something big like that, like huge.
Mhm.
But like for like a small company party at like a like at a banquet hall or like a restaurant, it's like, what are you guys doing here? Like
Yeah, like,
asking to call references. Like look at the reviews. Like, okay, I get look asking for reviews, but
but you
this
know
isn't
that
like
a lot of people
about
can,
review.
a lot of people buy reviews. You can
Yeah,
buy reviews. So
but sometimes you can tell when they're fake too, though. They'll say great DJ, or something like generic like that. Then, but if they're like well written stuff, I don't know, yeah, dude. I mean, we're not in an industry like that. Like unless it's like I said, like some big event, like tens of thousands of maybe like you're talking like 5-figure type of like contract,
yeah,
or something. That's a little weird. That's
okay,
probably good that they didn't book you. They probably were going to be hard to work with.
probably, yeah. So another one is highlight any well-known events or brands you have worked with
Yeah, that's
and
an
provide
interesting one.
credibility. So
I've
yeah,
seen
so
I've seen a lot of DJs put that on their website. I'm like, I kind of it looks like legit. You're like, oh, like they put like Adidas or like whatever like big companies they've worked with or something. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it
so
makes them look really legit.
yeah, to me it's like I don't like when I if I see someone having this type of like we have worked with this company, this company, this company. I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's cool. Don't get me wrong, 100% for it. But at the same time, my event is different. Like if I'm looking for
Well,
a
you
DJ,
put it in the slideshow, bro. Why is it the slideshow?
just put in no, but like you can do it. That's what I'm saying. Like just because it's on a slideshow doesn't mean that I personally do it, but it can be done. You can do it. Like I said, everybody works differently. These are just key points that can help you. Now, some
Hmm.
people don't like it. Some people do like it. Some people be like, "Oh, didn't even think of that." So now I'm got just like the calendarly whatever thing. I didn't think about it. I didn't know about that. So
I
now I'm
use it.
into it. See, it's all about learning process here. And then the result: testimonials validate your claims and reduces potential buyers' fears. That's very self-explanatory. You know
Yeah,
that.
I think in general though, yeah. I mean, I don't know about whether about they should be calling people or and all that, but I think in general having the reviews or like they like if they've talked to somebody, nothing else can beat that. Like not someone that they know, not someone they're saying, hey, our DJ gave us your number. Can you tell me about your experience with that?
Yeah, that's it's not like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting a
Yeah, it's
job.
like a job interview.
Yeah, something like that. That's weird.
But
But I mean, it happens. Like
yeah,
so,
that's crazy. Yeah, I haven't been asked that. We'll see. If I get asked that, then I'll say on
you
the
bring it
show.
up. You'd be like, "Well, that's crazy. I don't want to
Yeah,
work with you no more."
like nah.
Create a solid, transparent contract. We touched base on the other one, so we're gonna be quick on this one. But it's important. It's important because you want to have a clear contract that protects both parties and prevents misunderstandings. Plain and simple. And
Mhm.
then like tips about it: online payment schedules, cancellation policies, and the specific services should be in the contract. So that way, if you show up there and they expecting your gold package, but when you guys talked and you have specified in the contract that they're getting the silver package and they don't get the dancing on the cloud, they can't complain because it was on the contract. It's specifically on the contract that you said my silver package, which has this, and this. So
Yeah,
the more that you have on your contract, the more clear you have it in the contract and more transparent you are in your contract, it's gonna help you and it's gonna help them at the end of the day to have protection, protect each party and making sure that there's no misunderstandings while they sign the contract. You sign the contract, and the contract says silver package, and it stipulates what's in that silver package. You can expect something from the gold package because it was not part of it's not in the contract. It's not part of
yeah.
it. And I seen and heard a lot of people having this type of issues with clients. They talk.
Have you
Yeah,
had an issue like that where you had to be like, all right, yeah, you had to actually refer to your contract and be like, in the contract, like go read the contract. This is what it says, kind of a thing.
yes, but not package wise. But I did had the and the down pay the lockdown fee. So so I was gonna do a New Year's party. Like I want to say like 3 4 years ago. I
Mm.
was gonna do a New Year's party, and the contract, my contract says that the the lockdown fee, it's non-refundable. However, it will be deducted from your final payment.
Mm-hmm.
It also says that cancellation, you have, I think, I don't remember what it says right now, but I don't know if it says 2 weeks or a month before the day of the event to cancel. And you have two options: either you just lose the fee, or I will grant you a year to choose another
Oh,
date
redo
or
it.
something
Yeah,
else. Yeah, so I do that. But this guy hits me up, like I think New Year's was gonna be on a Saturday this, that year. He hits me up on a Thursday, the Thursday
yeah. Oh,
before, and he tells me that it got, like, he's canceling the event because not a lot of people are, a lot of people, like, did
yeah.
not then are not coming, right? You're not coming to his house, but it was a house, and a lot
Mm.
of people are not coming to the event. Well, I said no to three other events because I was already booked with him, huh? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that fee is what, saved me from all the other ones that I just lost.
Yeah,
All these events. So he said that, and I came to find out that he was charging everyone to come to the house.
bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Uh, so then he told me that he wanted his money back and whatever, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do that for two reasons. He said, why? And I was like, one, it's on the contract. Your lockdown fee is a lockdown fee and it's non-refundable.
Dude.
Two, it's on the contract. You have up to, I don't know if it's 2 weeks or a month, uh, before the event to cancel. And if you do that, I will grant you a year to book another date as long as I'm available, or you just lose your money. It's in the contract. You signed it. So why are you coming out here now telling me that you want your money back, blah 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 blah? And
Asking
then
why, dude? That's crazy.
exactly. So, and that was on the contract. He read the contract and he signed it. So
Yeah,
it's not on me because he's the one canceling. I'm not
yeah.
canceling. So if
Especially
I
on New Year's, dude. New Year's Eve is like you get so many inquiries that day.
yeah, if I was canceling, I will give him the money back, even
Yeah,
though my contract says is no. But I'm canceling, so it's my fault.
yeah, yeah.
In
Of
this
course.
case, he's canceling. It's his fault, so he needs to pay the consequences of me losing a lot of money from, because that's a lot of money that I'm losing.
Yeah. On New
So
Year's, dude, that's huge.
yeah, so it did happen to me, a couple. Not, I want to say like one or twice, same thing.
Oh,
But
really?
like now, when I speak to my clients after that happened like 4 years ago, I do let them know. Again, I was like, just make sure that you read the contract, and I do tell them you have between, I think it's 2 weeks, 2 weeks before the event to cancel, and then I'll grant you a year to book again, or you just, if you don't book within a year, then you just lose the 250, but the down payment.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
you're not getting
That's
the money
that's
back.
that's more than probably what most people do, anyways. Like I don't do that myself. So, and I'm sure a lot of people, it's just non-refundable, non-refundable. So, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice that you offer that even.
Yeah, 'cause again, if I, like, essentially, I don't want to keep your money. I love working for my money. So the only reason why I do this, because when I take your event and you giving me the deposit, I'm saying no to a whole bunch of people that I'm losing
Yeah.
other clients, and that is the problem. Because if I go to another event, from that event I can get thousands of events more. But I'm going to your event and now you're canceling it. So I'm protecting myself, even though it's not a lot of money, because I've only, when it's house parties, I only do,
It's for the time and for the risk
yeah.
that you take.
And for when it's house parties, I only do 250 as a deposit,
Hmm.
which is not a lot. I know a lot of DJs do like 50%. So I just do 250 just to have something to back me up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't really want to keep your money. I want to work for it. And if I really wanted to keep your money, I'll be like, okay, you have to pay 250 for the lockdown fee, and then you still have to pay me your 1,000 or 1,500 aside from the 250. So you actually paying a little more than what I'm telling you that you're paying. Because there's a lot of also I know that there's a lot of DJs that charge a fee, but that does not get deducted from the final payment. You still got to do your final payment, and and you have to do the lockdown fee.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I don't do that. I just take it out of the final payment because I think it makes more sense, and it's more like liable to and honorable to do that to your
yeah,
clients.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
that's the way that makes sense to do it that way.
yeah. So you never had that problem?
I haven't had that yet. No. Well, I had this thing. I had an issue, but it wasn't really an issue. It was like basically the week before someone's wedding,
Uh huh.
the husband, like the groom that was getting married, literally broke his neck. Like he had a neck fracture and had to have like emergency surgery,
Okay.
and like they didn't even know if he was gonna survive or not. Like it was that bad. So then obviously they had to cancel the wedding and everything was up in the air. But in that one, I just gave them the deposit back, and I was like, look, like just take here's the money back. Oh, actually, they had done the full payment. They had done because it was within 2 weeks, so they had given me the full 100% payment.
Okay.
So I sent them the whole payment back, and I was like, just let me know what
Well,
just
that was
wishing the
that,
best.
that was nice of you to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm like, bro, this guy, like, I don't know what's going on. He ended up surviving, and they ended up getting married, and then they booked me as a DJ, and then they paid me that same full amount again.
Yeah.
Um,
So that was nice, and that was a rewarding because now they trusted you,
yeah,
which is
exactly.
so
That's the
nice.
thing. I'm like, look, I don't know what's gonna happen to this guy. If they get married again, then I know they'll book me as the DJ. But if they don't, like, bro, this guy was about to die, And like, I mean, I didn't know in the time, right? You never know. People make stuff up.
Yeah.
Oh, this had emergency. I just believed them, and there was the planner was there was a planner involved. She called me and everything, so I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just give you guys the whole thing back, and then just keep me updated and just wishing for the best for you guys. That's
Yeah.
it.
That
But
was, that was so nice. So you deserve it.
oh, thank you. No, but that was I mean that's a little bit of a different situation. But yeah, I mean people can lie about that stuff too, so you never know. But yeah, I don't know. That was the only situation I've had so far with that. So no other cancellations or anything.
Well, okay. So with if you're following, some of these tips, or you want to implement some of these tips, at the end result pretty much is just shows professionalism and assures that that assures that the buyer you're prepared and organized. You know what you're doing. You have a plan, and that you are reliable. They trust you more, basically,
Yeah,
when you do
yeah,
that, right? So the next one is will be consistently deliver on promises. This is another one that a lot of people do but don't really follow.
This is what I was talking about last time too.
Yeah.
All
So
those
why is it
little
important?
being on time, quick responses, it all adds up.
Yeah. Consistency builds up reliability. Meeting or exceeding expectation is a key factor in developing long-term trust. That's huge. Now, tips to do that: always show up on time and early, if possible, early. You know what they say in sports: if you're on time, you're late. So be early. Be early as
And
you can.
in DJing, if you arrive an hour early, you're late.
Yeah,
You should be
you
there
have at
two,
least two
two,
hours,
three,
at
two,
least.
3 hours are for a wedding or a quince.
Yeah. Also, ensure all equipment is set up well in advance to avoid last minute issues, and stick with, well, obviously ensuring that all equipment is set up in advance. That comes in handy when you show up 2 to 3 hours before, because you get to test everything. But if you show up an hour or 30 minutes before your event, depending on how much equipment you have, you're not gonna have time to fix anything that goes wrong last minute.
Yeah,
Also, now, also stick to the agreed upon playlist or vibe, and be flexible with requests within reasons. Now, in this one, I wanna point out, when I say stick to the agreed upon playlist, that's in the case that you are given one, and
yeah,
that they strictly said stay on that playlist. Now I know that 9 times out of 10, or 9 DJs out of 10 DJs would hate that, to have a playlist, and that they tell you just to play whatever is on the playlist. That's a horrible feeling, because then you are, reprimanded from, creativity, doing
Yeah.
your thing. So, but if that's what they tell you, that's what you do.
Yeah,
And
actually, that reminds me. I have a wedding coming up in January, and the girl started, giving me her stuff, and she wrote her a list of songs, and some of them are good, but she wrote. I have to talk to her to see what she means, but she said play exactly these songs only, and but there's only like 20 songs, not that many of them, and then
uh,
at the bottom it also says like classic wedding songs, YMCA, like Cupid Shuffle, like all the line dances are in there too. And I'm
okay,
like, look, like I wouldn't play those right normally, but because
uh-huh.
she's saying like play this exactly, I'm gonna play it, and then whatever. It becomes it can become an issue. I'm like, look, now people at the wedding are gonna think like, oh, like this DJ like is playing this type of songs. It's like if somebody's thinking about me in the future, the type of music you play can reflect like that people to the audience are thinking this is what you play. But at the end of the day, it's like the client wants it. People aren't going to know that the client wanted it or you're playing it. You're not going to be like, all right, this is the bride's request, but this next one is me or whatever. So it comes with the territory, and that's why I've heard some of the bigger DJs, when you get like really big, if the vibe isn't matching up, like if it's not like it's like, all right, this isn't the type of like branding that I do. It's not the type of music that I play on my brand.
Yeah,
People, the high demand DJs will like let some of those events go because of that. Not because they're saying like country music, right? Not like that, but because it's like they're like, we want wedding songs and we want like no swearing and like very no rap or anything, no hip hop, and we want all
mhm,
like the corny stuff only.
yeah. But yeah, and it happens. Every now and then you're gonna get that type of client that wants the specifics of music. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that we are there to make them happy. So we
Yeah,
go in. We At first we go into an event thinking how many people can we get to get more events. But
yeah,
once the party starts, you should switch up your mind to, I need to make sure that this couple or the quinceañera, whatever, ends up the party happy, like tremendously happy, because that is my goal here. Our goal is not to showcase really ourselves and like promote ourselves out there, because that really we will do that eventually, but first we need to make sure that the client is happy. So
give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right.
okay, so let me tell you, and just the results when following some of these tips, or all of the tips. When clients know that they can rely on you to deliver, they are more likely to book you again. Yes, and it's very true, just by the simple fact that you deliver, they trust you, and of course they're gonna want you again. You guys have seen a couple of my events with the same people, because I do my job, they like it, so I keep getting hired. And that is something that we also gotta keep in mind and always remember. It doesn't matter why, especially when you play for like the same crowd. Make sure that you somewhat change the music, because you don't want to play the same thing at every single event with the same people that are going, because eventually it's gonna get to the point that you're like, oh, that they're going to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna play. Oh, then he played this song and he plays this song. That's why when I usually play for people that are clients, again, like I'm DJing for another event for them. I always I mean, at every event I always DJ, and I always do live mixes. So I don't know exactly what's going first, what's going second, what song is gonna go third. I don't know. It's just in the moment I just pick and choose, because I feel like that keeps it fresh. That keeps the momentum fresh. They're not expecting me to play a song after another song after another song, because they already heard it from another party that I did for them. So you also want to keep it fresh, and you want to be consistent in your craft, and you have to make sure that you are projecting and making them enjoy the music in different ways. So let's go to the next one. And the next one is adaptability and flexibility. So in this case, why is this important? Well, because clients appreciate when you are flexible, especially in unpredictable events of the environments. Tips on this. One, be open to adjusting your music style or event approaching based on the client's vision. So again, this has to do a lot with you reading the crowd. You can go, when you have your first meeting with the client and they gonna tell you, oh, my crowd is this way. So you go to the event thinking one way, but then you start noticing that it's completely different to what she said or what she thought it was gonna be, and then you need to be able to adapt and switch the style if needed, because the people that are there, the guests, are requiring you or telling you to change it. And I'm not saying that they're like, hey, change the music, that sucks. No, but like you can tell by the way they're vibing, you can tell by the way they're moving. If they're getting tired, if they don't like the genre that you're playing, you can tell, and then just switch it up. Be able to be versatile when it comes to like the music and the client's vision. Also, you gotta be proactive in handling problems like equipment malfunctions or last minute changes like venue switches, which that was pretty crazy. It has happened to me like twice. That we had a venue, and then 3 weeks before the event they called me like, hey, we had to switch the venue because this and this or whatever. So it happens. You just gotta be okay with it at this point, even though they sign a contract, and in the contract you probably already put the venue that's going to be. It changes, you probably want to send another contract just in case, to be on the safe side. But last minute changes are always going to happen. So just be proactive in handling those problems. And if there's a delay, keep your client informed and handle the situation with professionalism. If in every single event, every single wedding, every single quince, 9 times out of 10, the event is gonna get delayed. We never start at the time that needs to start. It's always delayed. And like, as long as they have a clear understanding that this could happen, and but not make it so noticeable in the event itself, you're good to go. As long as we go ahead and do the presentations, like they come in, they do the first dance, they sit down for dinner. Right when they sit down, you go over there, you congratulate them for their marriage or whatever, and then right there you take the time to be like, okay, look, by the way, we started a little late because of this, or whatever you have to tell them. Just keep them informed, but you also want to give them a solution. So, for example, oh yeah, we were supposed to start at 6:30, but we started at 7, so we're 30 minutes behind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this part, or we're gonna cut this, or we can do this or this. Offer solutions to the problem. That way, you don't overwhelm the client, but at the same time, you are showing that you're professional and you have backups. That's huge. It's very important to have that. You got anything to say about this, Shay? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my bad, bro. This had an emergency come up while
It's fine. I was just kidding.
mid podcast, but
I was just kidding. All right. So as a result, it reinforces the idea that you are not just a DJ, but you also are a problem solver who can handle whatever comes your way. Even though you can sometimes, or we as DJs become sometimes wedding planners. We are the wedding planners once we're there and we're like handling everything, timeline, and all of that. So you guys, you also got to always make sure that we are ready for anything, any changes, any equipment malfunctions. You make sure you have backups on everything. Make sure that you are always professional, and that you keep your clients always informed of what's going on.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see Smiley's comments yet?
No.
Okay, so Smiley's here. What's up, Smiley?
Oh, Smiley, what's up, bro?
He said just got in. He's over here flipping crypto. Dude, right
Oh,
now, I
yeah.
don't know. Are you selling or are you buying right now, dude? I feel like I saw Bitcoin is like 100,000 now, and they're going crazy. But all right, hey, we wanted to show your video on here. Now that you're here,
Yo,
let's
Smiley,
pull that.
we're gonna give you a cherry real quick on
Yeah,
your new video.
shout
So
out. Let's go, everyone. So
everyone,
Smiley had an event where he did the. Let me get their faces out of here. You did the sound and lighting for a cumbia artist, Mr. Cumbia. So Smiley uploaded this kind of, I guess, mini gig log, but basically showing off AI light show. So yeah, dude, this looks great. Honestly, dude, like the
uh,
setup looks super clean. You got two. So these are I think these are the both lighting tubes, right? Correct, Smiley. You can clarify in the comments. And then it looks like you have like a T style bar with 4 like regular par lights and then 2 movers hanging down too. And then everything's being controlled by AI light show, right? And then I didn't see. He probably has uplights around the venue too, but let's see. Oh yeah, so then he looks like he has
yeah,
some uplights. Oh, those uplights look powerful, dude. Are those IR4s? I'd be surprised if IR4s, I don't know if they're that powerful usually. Well, there's only 2 of them. So yeah, I think Smiley basically the one is the lighting, and then 2 it's all being controlled by AI light show. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, which has like presets and stuff, right?
So let's see what he's buying and selling. He's on meme coins. Oh, Smiley's on the meme coins, bro. He's on Dogecoin and Hawktua coin.
And he
Okay, so I
got
got the photo booth. So
okay.
okay, so on. They say so. These are the OPPSK bars for Rockville RF6. Oh,
2 movers and 4 IR4s on the wall of the stage. Oh, okay. No, but
oh,
it looks like the lighting show looks pretty cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It
So
looks sick.
are those on so I know AI light show has like, is that like, oh, max mood? Yeah, that's what you had written. So this is like the maximum flashing and blinking that they would do, kind of. Because I was wondering that too. Like if you want for AI light show for it to be like more like dimming, like more like fading in and out kind of mode, can you customize all that stuff?
Yeah, that's a question that I also had. Like, I said customizable. Can you customize it? Because you can do it on SoundSwitch. You can do it. You can customize
You
all
can
that.
do
But I don't
that.
know about IA. I don't know if you don't you like if you're limited on whatever
Yeah,
you
or
can
like you
do.
can control the intensity. Like right now it's on max, basically, like going crazy, max energy. Yeah, he said it's on max mode.
Okay, so and they also added new features. Okay. So
Yeah,
it's
that
something
looks.
to take a keep your eye on. IA Light Show, SoundSwitch is another one that it's pretty good. Like if you don't want to have like too much, you don't have a lot of time to work on DMX, or you're not like DMX savvy, whatever. SoundSwitch or IA Light Show could definitely be a route for you because it has like pre-made shows that you just let them play, or you can spend a little time and create your own, build your own, and make it your own. So
Right.
those are great. But yeah, man, you guys make sure you follow Smiley.
Yeah, follow Smiley here. Let me show his
He be pulling.
919 Smiley 919. Yeah, look, man, that's me in the comments. Mate, Diego, you gotta get in the comments on this one.
Yeah, oh yeah, I will. I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Bro,
But
me and Diego always on everyone's comments first. You go on a video, you'll see our comments in there.
he said I
I had
haven't
it on a
uploaded
slower
mode
mode.
with a different performer since the music the person did was more mellow. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's as long as it has that flexibility, because that's the biggest thing. Like right now, like I don't use any DMX, but the problem is like I either can do like my fade mode or whatever,
Yeah.
or I can do. There's no really other option. Like you do sound mode, but like let's say you want to do a slow dance or something, right? You want to do
Yeah.
it. You want to fade really slow. It's harder to do that when you don't have everything DMX'd. So
Yeah.
everything
So
for me all night is just everything's on a fade mode basically.
For me, what I do for like, well, I don't do much slow dances, so I don't play slow dance. But I do have a setting for like type of like dinner, which is like 50% of light, all red, and then my moving heads are hearts with red, and then just slowly moving around. So that's
Mm,
what I can use. If if they
that's
want
good.
a slow dance, I can use that. But I barely play slow dance, slow music. So the
Yeah.
people from the party gave me props on the lighting, said it made an artist popped out. Yeah, of course. Again, lighting, it's it's also huge in this type of environment, and it can definitely give life to the artist, or in general to the party. It just gives them more life. And if it's like synced to the music, and it's like it strobes when there's like a beat drop, things like that, like it's pretty cool. It makes it like extremely cool. um so I did this one, right? I like the blur. Okay, let's go to the next one. Demonstrate expertise.
Mm,
Tips on how you can do this. Offer guidance on event timelines, when to start, stop, music, best moments for announcements, etc. This is something that you gotta keep in mind, and also present to your clients when you talk to them about the timeline. Make sure that any knowledge you have, because most of the time there's a first time getting married, they have no idea how to do this. So if you just provide your expertise, your knowledge on what's the best way to go about it, that's gonna help them feel more comfortable with you. Oh, he knows what he's doing, so that the trust is gonna be there. Also, suggest songs or music types based on the client's event type, wedding, corporate events, or parties. This is another one. Sometimes, especially on weddings, when you ask them, "Hey, what song do you want?" At least for me, at least for me, it has happened. I ask, oh, what song do you want for the cake? What song do you want for when you walk in? What song do you want for? And then they'd be like, what? We can choose songs for that? And I'm like, yes, of course. I love to tailor this to your liking. So whatever songs you like, and they're like, oh, great, we'll think about it. And I was like, maybe you want to think of a song that you guys like probably met with, or a song that really relates to you guys. Everybody, a couple has a song. You
yeah.
have a song with that person, and so that song you might want to use it as an entrance or as your first dance, or things like that. But you want to explain to your clients every single step of the process, and the type of the music that you need for every single part of the songs. I mean, of the event. And then also share previous successful events experiences that are aligned with what the client is looking for. So again, if you, let's say, if they say, oh yeah, I'm looking for dancing on the cloud, and I'm looking for a DJ that also hypes. You can show events that you've done where there's dancing on the cloud, and then where you hyping, or have someone else that is hyping, like in my case. So specific events that showcase what you can do, that aligns to what they want, is gonna be so much better than just showing them in general everything. Smiley
Yeah.
says, I've noticed with our events, the people cut the cake on their own without disrupting the dance floor. You know what? Lately, it has been happening that way, but at least in the Hispanic community, they don't want to do it like that. They actually want to stop. Everybody needs to look at them, take pictures, and all of that. So they want it to be announced.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the traditional way. I mean, the cake cutting ceremony. Like, I don't know. This might just be me, but I think the cake cutting and buying the cake and all that is the biggest waste of money in the whole like process. Because it's
Right.
like
I don't even like
people
it.
they spend so much money on this cake, and then they stand there like cut the cake, and then the cake, like, nobody gives a shit. Like, oh, the cake was out sitting in plates, and most of it's not eaten. The rest of the night. So I'm glad if this is happening. I've been doing more events where it's not big, as big of a thing, but I like it. I'm a fan of cutting out the cake cutting, because it's boring, and then, like, I mean, the cake's not even usually not like that great.
Yeah, I think it just really stops like the momentum of everybody like
Yeah,
flowing
and
and
it's
having fun, just to
yeah
see
yeah
you
you're
and
seeing the
your
most boring thing
significant
ever. Like,
other cut a damn cake. Like,
Cut a
yeah,
cake, like you can't even see anything. It's just for the
I don't
picture,
even,
you know.
bro,
Like,
I don't
go
even
go to
like
the side and
cake.
take the picture. You know, everyone doesn't need to see that.
I
So
don't even like cake, but
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know anybody who like, and the cakes they spend so much money on it, bro. I'm like, give it to the DJ or the spend more on like the dinner or something. Like like what do you like?
yeah. So now, as a result of this, demonstrating expertise assures the clients that their event is going to be in good hands. Obviously, if you show what you can do and you give them advice and you tell them, hey, this and that, then obviously it's gonna show a lot that you know
Yeah,
what you're doing,
the
bro.
smiley
I'm
said, bro,
already. Go ahead, you
yeah,
read it. I
yeah,
saw
he
the
said
rest.
at our wedding we didn't disturb the dance floor. We had two different cakes. My two were chocolate. Dude, that's facts right there. Just get whatever cake or dessert that you like as the bride and groom, and then just eat it on the side if you really want to. When I
Yeah,
see people do my chocolate cake quickly. Yeah, bro. No, that's the thing. Just yeah, like, all these fancy cakes and spending $1,000. I don't know what they spend. $500,000 on a cake, dude.
in
Just
our
buy
in our community, the tres leches is
the tres leches cake. Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
But he
Uh,
said the chocolate was.
but I don't like
How
it.
many more do you have, by the way?
Huh?
Oh, that's it.
No, I think we're
Oh, here we go. Yeah, they got a couple more.
we got yeah, I think we got a couple more. I'm just gonna go over like real quick.
Yeah, yeah,
Offer added value, go beyond the music. Of course, you want to always do that. Adding extra services or the perception of value builds trust and positions you as someone willing to go the extra mile. How do you do this? You can provide additional services like MCing, lighting, or helping coordinate the event flow. Sometimes you can even you say, like me. I tell my clients, do you have a wedding coordinator? Do you have a coordinator? No. Well, I can do it for you. Like I'm giving you the extra. I'm going the extra mile to do this when I don't honestly I don't have to, but I rather do it myself than having somebody else do it and then I have to follow what they do. Because that's not how I like to work. But that's what it is. Also, offer a free consultation or personalized playlist creation to show that you care about the details. This is another thing because there's a lot of people that say, okay, you have like 2 or 3 consultations. After that, you have to pay for it because it's time consuming. There's DJs that do charge for consultation. You should never charge for consultation. You want to
yeah. I
make
don't
sure
charge.
yeah, you
Smiley
should.
said my wife had hers tres leches and he chose chocolate. And everybody went with the chocolate. So I don't know.
Oh wow, that's weird. Help with some requests during the event or facilitate specific moments, first dance and at a wedding. Obviously, you want to give them because again, this is the first time. You want to give them ideas to choose songs that are gonna be more reliable and it's gonna go hand in hand with what the type of event and the time of the event that you're looking for. So that's very important. And as a result, clients see you as a value added partner, not just a service provider because you are giving more than just your DJ services. You're providing more, and you adding more into the package. So at that point, they're like, oh damn, we're getting all of this for this amount of money. It's like it became cheap, So
Yeah.
and then stay honest and transparent about your limitations always. And this is something that I do, and I said in almost a lot of the videos here. When it Why is it important? Because being upfront about what you can and you can't do fosters trust and prevents future issues, misunderstandings, and offers possible solution. But also you can offer possible solutions for the ones that you can. Like I said, you don't want to say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, but you want to say, I might not be able to do this. However, I can do this. You always want to give a positive to a negative because that's at the end of the day that's what they keep the positive. You gave the however, which when you say however, the negative goes away, positive stays.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's just psychology. So if a client requests something outside of your skill set or available resources, let them know early. That's something that I do most of the time. I when I talk to my clients, I tell them like if it's like country music, I don't play country music. I'm not knowledgeable in country music, so I'd rather not do it. I can do it. Don't get me wrong. I can mix country music, but I don't know like what's trending. It will take me a bit, like to get that. Don't don't overpromise. I don't do that. For example, if you're not comfortable with a certain genre, don't pretend to be. A lot of DJs do this. They're like, oh yeah, I can do it, I can do it, and then they're like tripping about it. I went actually one time. I went to a wedding, and the DJ was, I don't know if it was Middle Eastern or he was Asian, but whatever. So the wedding was half Asian, half Hispanic,
Hmm.
and he was playing. He started playing like the Hispanic music, but it was like all songs. And then when I had my friends went out to him and was like, "Hey, can you play this song?" He couldn't because it was a pre-made mix.
Oh,
He
really?
was using a pre-made mix.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So and I'm pretty sure that he probably said, "Oh, like yeah, I can do it, I can do it," and then he just had a pre-made mix. Maybe he bought it from someone or he did
Yeah,
it
or
himself.
maybe, hmm. Or I wonder if the client sent them that mix and was like, play
Mm,
this.
if the client can mix, I don't think they will hire a DJ. They will do it
No, no, not
themselves.
mix, but they found it on YouTube or something. Like where would he get it from? He probably got it off YouTube. Maybe
Well,
the,
you
maybe the
know,
client was like, here,
he
like maybe he's like, I don't know, I don't know, but like I
well
could see some client being like, here, play this, play these songs.
Smiley does mixes and he sells them. So
Yo,
maybe he got it from
Smiley sold
Smiley.
him. Smiley sold that mix to him.
Maybe he got it from Smiley. Another thing is always let the client know if you're working with new equipment or if you're trying to see something new. So that's another thing that I do. Let's say for my Maui 44 G2s, when I spoke to my client for their wedding, I told them, hey, I'm actually, but I said it in a way that it showed that I was providing something like more. So I was like, I usually use this two tops, and I show a picture. I use this as my speakers, but this time I just purchased this new equipment that I'm gonna go ahead and use on your event because it's more powerful. And then I showed them. They were like, "Wow, those speakers are nice." And I was like, "Yeah." And you guys are lucky that I'm gonna use it. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna use it for you guys. And they were like
Mhm.
so happy about it. So
Yeah,
like
I did that. Like I did
that
that
adds value.
when it's something different, but I haven't like when I took my LD Maui 5 out for the ceremony, I didn't like tell them like, oh, I'm gonna bring it out the LD Maui 5 this time versus like a regular speaker. So
Mhm.
I think for
It
me like
depends.
it
It
depends.
depends. Yeah. And then being or adding transparency creates trust and shows clients that you are genuine. And
All right,
then
I'm gonna have to go. So then,
okay,
how many are? If there are a lot left, then maybe you
let
want
me
to
see.
finish it up.
We have one. Wait. Oh no, this is the last one.
Is all right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, let's do the last one. Current site. So the last one.
Oh, where'd it go? Wait, you canceled it now.
Oh, it went away.
I
Okay,
gotta
hold
share
on.
it again,
Look what you made me do, man.
bro. You canceled. I don't know about you. UX. You were like, you wrapped this
Window,
whole thing
this
up.
one, PowerPoint. All right, last one. Maintain a strong follow-up process. This is the one we were talking. Well, we actually really
Oh
already
yeah,
talked about
yeah,
it in the
yeah.
beginning, but
This is the one
why
we
is it
go on
important?
over 3 times.
Yeah. So why is it important? Because keeping in touch after the event demonstrates commitment to the customer satisfaction. Now, how do you do this? Follow up after the event to ensure that the client was satisfied with your performance. Obviously, that's a great review. Ask for feedback to learn how you can improve. Obviously, that will go in the review, or they can actually just text you and like, hey, you did everything well, and maybe this and this. Because it's always, we're not perfect. We're always are looking to
Yeah.
be better, and the only way to be better is to hear from other people what we did wrong or what they think they were wrong. And lastly is always, maybe if you guys would like to do this, send a thank you note or an email or a text message and keep in mind for future bookings and or promotions. I do this all the time. After I wait like 1 or 2 days after the event, and I always text them a thank you. Thank you for the
Yeah, I
trust.
do the same thing.
You guys were amazing. Your crowd, all of that. So do this, and that's gonna help you stay in their minds for any other events that they have, baby showers possibly, because after a wedding, a baby shower comes, and
Yeah.
then yeah, and so after that, let me see what else. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I got for you guys on this one.
Man, that's it for 2024.
And yep, that is it for 2024, man. That's crazy. It's been a long road. It's been fun. And you already know, guys. So we'll go ahead and come back. We'll take off next week because of Christmas, but we'll definitely be back next year, January. I don't know what day it is. Let me look. So
2025.
Thursday the 2nd, January the 2nd. We'll be back
Nice. We'll
with
talk, we'll
another
talk about New Year's
episode.
gigs then. We'll talk about
Yeah,
New Year's gigs.
we can talk about our New Year's gigs, and we'll definitely get into the the whatever comes to mind that we can talk about. Again, if you guys have anything that you guys want us to talk about, or you guys would like to jump in and talk to us about, let us know. We'll go ahead and we'll include you on here. But Shay gotta go. I gotta go because I'm hungry. And
You haven't eaten yet? Dang, we're gonna eat
no,
dinner at the same time, man.
yeah. But all right, guys. See you
All
on
right,
the
man.
next one. Happy holidays.
Peace.
Merry
Peace,
Christmas.
Smiley.
Happy New Year's. Smiley.
Happy New Year. Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year's. Merry Christmas. And everything, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, whatever.
Have
Kwanzaa.
fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace. Peace.